Hey everyone, Terrence here with
Alyse Davis.
And what'd you do this weekend?
I got a second place at the Fargo Regional with Unchained. I never thought I'd be playing this deck, but
I knew you were
here I
gonna play
am. You don't even know what this deck is.
it. I know it's off the chain.
I didn't even know what this deck was. So at the start of the format, like with Dune coming out, I just really didn't like any deck in the format. And Lund was talking to me about Unchained because a lot of this format's, I think, gonna be defined by like books and drolls to start, and a lot of the like more power cards that exist aren't really that good against Unchained. And the grind resources you have with the deck and just what the deck can do are just so nice that you can consistently do it, and it just felt really solid. We didn't actually test it at all, and it was either I played this or Dragon Link, and Dragon was just being Dragon. So I was just like, I'll try it on a whim, see what happens, and it worked out. Yeah, the first match I played with this deck was on the round 1 of the regional. But we'll quick do shoutouts. Shout out to my sponsor, Fitting Accessories. Use code Fitting 5 for 5% off your entire purchase. They're coming out with new designs every week, and they're some of the cheapest cloth mats on the market, and they're really nice quality, so go check them out. And shout out to Walter for lending me all the cards. Literally got them Friday. And shout out to Shreen for lending me all the tour guides because he didn't want me to be poor. Shout out to London Jib for helped me with a list. Took a base from Jib, and then Lund just helped me figure it out. And then shout out to Lang, Alan, David, all the homies back home. Always a big help. And then shout out to my girlfriend Brooke. She's amazing. And then shout out to the Lost Zone, best locals in Minnesota. But anyways, and shout out to Hender, I guess, because he'll cry if I don't say that. But anyways, let's get into this. So play 3 Ruha, 1 Rakea, and 1 Samara for the Twins. I know a lot of people are debating if like this should be upped more. I think the Rakea is fine at 1. Samara, I think like it could go to 2, but I also need to like take more time with the deck because I think it's really easy to recycle Samara and keep your lines going. So I think it could be okay at 1, but I think it might be cool at 2. So I don't know. We'll see. And then for the souls, we got 3 Sharvara, 1 Chayama, and 1 Abominable. Don't play the original one just because you just extended the board so much that you typically have enough gas to like break through, and then your deck becomes more consistent, or you have enough non-engine to feel comfortable no matter what the matchup is. So maybe the concession just be fine with that. And yeah, these cards are insane. And then their tour guide and Rhino. So I almost decided to cut these, but I was able to get the non-engine count to 15. So I figured since tour guide's a 1-card starter, and that just lets your hands be overall more effective and just have a better grind, it just felt like it didn't need to leave, and it certainly came up. I liked it a lot. And then for non-engine, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Book, and 3 Imperm. I think it's all basically standard, except like I know people are 50-50 on Nib, but I think Nib is just like overall really good. I think it beats like every deck except for Hurley, and the rest of your non-engine is like catered to it, and the side deck can also pick up enough slack, so I feel like Nib is just a good overall option, because I was expecting Synchro Piles, just because I don't want to get FTK'd. Then for spells, 3 Prison, weird, 3 Prosperity, best consistency card for the deck. Then 3 Escape and 2 Chamber. This was just the concession we had to make sure it could fit the 15th non-engine slot, and the deck is already fairly consistent as is, and especially since you can pop Prison, you have enough targets and just enough ways to go off that it just felt fine to cut it down to 2, since you don't always want to see it. So I think it was perfectly fine to cut down, and Escape is insane. Then for the extra deck, main deck was 40, 3 Yama. Think you need this for overall grind, and then only 2 Rage. I just don't think it's necessary at 2. I think it's really easy to loop, and like a lot of the time I just went second in post side, so like I just went second a lot, even though I blinded first, and it just ended up not being made as much, so I think it's fine at 2. And then got one of the Anguish. This I would bump to 2 because I had to use Unicorn once as like a bridge, and like there's some lines that would have been made a lot easier if I had a second, but I wanted to have more utility option to start, and I got the general vibe this would be okay at 1, which it was, but I would like the second. And then the one Abomination, don't need more, but card's insane. And then one Muckraker, never summoned it, but it's just good for the grind. One Unicorn, like I said, never summoned it, but you still need it in your extra deck because it just makes your rage good. Access Code, never summoned it. Never summoned this, but I think you need it for the Pearly matchup. Then for XYZs, the only one that really matters is Caesar. The other 3, I did not summon once. They're just never really was situations where they felt needed. You can pick apart most boards, and then enough with your non-engine that you don't need to like commit your resources too heavily, because you can still establish a board and wipe what they have left because you had a lot of non-engine. So I can easily see one of them at least getting cut for the second Anguish, but I don't know what else, if I'd want to cut anything else. But for the side deck, played 3 Bell and 3 Mourner. I kind of wanted to play DD Crow, but I just wanted to respect Labyrinth a little bit more. And then the Mourner is because I, again, just overly respected all the synchro piles, and this just felt like the best overall card to put in, and it also had like cash overlap, so definitely was nice to have. And it also has a Pearly overlap, so covers enough. And then 3 Clips, card's insane. 2 Storm and 1 Duster. This could easily be like either MST or Cosmic, but I do like the blowout factor. I'm not sure yet if having a Chainable would be nicer, but like it's hard to clear the back row a lot of the times, but like I don't know. But either way, you want something. And then D-Barrier, I never activated it because the only match post side that I went first was against Live Twin Runic Sprite. So yeah, but I think you don't really need anything for cash, and it's just good against every other deck that you really care about. So yeah, but that is it for the deck. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's definitely a lot I could have improved on, and I think it's a really good pick going into this format. So it was really cool. Definitely a really cool deck to check out. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.